injured here. 3v3 faction war. It's Argus Desert Gate Orks versus Imperial Guard. Kicking us off, we have Boris playing a mech boy teleporting commander that fights ranged, has some great disruption and support, can also build structures and repair. XPhial alongside is a Commando knob, infiltrating commander that likes to blow things up and shoot you in the face, sometimes stab you. Dark Riku rounding out the Orks is a Warboss, walks through cover, fights melee, has some good offense, disruption and support from the front lines. Osinski kicks us off for the Imperial Guard as a Commissar Lord, good offense and support, fights melee, starts off with an energy shield. We see a multi-last turret going up here. Angry Bird alongside is a Lord General, fights range with this retinue to help him out, which you can add to throughout the game, giving him more abilities. Great defense and support, getting close enough to spot this Commando knob here. Backing off now though. Dark Riku swinging into the center as he often does on this map. Sneakus, Peekus rounding out the Imperial Guard as an Inquisitor, offensive commander that fights melee by default, can get ranged weapons, lots of stuns and snares and some support. Standoff on the east side as you'd expect. We have war banners going up from Boris, giving allies a damage buff, I think a suppression resistance as well. XPhial's shooter boy is getting way too close, standing out of cover. You can see the Imperial Guard here inching forward, using the Sentinel to do so, constantly keeping it supported. Sneakus Peekus needs to retreat there though. Mech boy of Boris doing the right thing, getting in amongst stuff and tying it up with his teleport. There's a big stomp though on these sluggers. Knockback, stun and a little bit of damage from the stomp. Ground pound gives it that ability. Multi-last turret doing so much damage to those sluggers and they retreat. Not much else Boris could have done on his own, and he might lose these war banners now. 500, 442 is a single cap for the Orks, because they stole Imperial Guard's natural in the north there. See Boris and Dark Riku going for looters. Looters are a very good unit in Elite. Setup team that suppress with this death gun. The usual build for Orks versus Imperial Guard in my opinion would be looters, weird boy, stick bombers, maybe a war truck in there somewhere, and then go tier 3. XPhial doesn't play by the rules and he's going for some storm boys, a bit more aggressive, getting in amongst the guardsmen. We'll see how it goes for him. Commando knob in retreat there. You'd expect this guy to get stick bombs and a shotgun. Mech has awesome weapons all around, but he's going for the death gun here. Will allow him to teleport around and suppress stuff. It's not cheap though, 30 power, 460, 432. Double cap. Here are Boris's looters as well. These guys do put out some serious amount of damage and it bursts very quickly, and you sometimes don't expect the damage that it puts out. It's not like a Devastator or Havoc or Shuriken where the damage is rather even and constant. It will put out a big burst at a time, and the Sentinel just about getting away for Angry Bird, chased by Storm Boys, and he does take it down with those crappy little pistols that Orks have, and they retreat as well. And Sluggers bringing up the rear for XPhial. East side is red, meanwhile west, Dark Riku takes the central power point on the west side, has looters covering, so it's going to be quite difficult for Osinski to push since he only has heavy weapon squad of his own, and there are 2 multi-last turrets here which will protect his power, which won't allow him to push. We do see the power sword though, allows the Commissar Lord to rush in and disrupt things for his guardsmen to shoot up, but he's not going to be able to rush in with the looters there. Couldn't see them of course, but now he does, and almost goes down with the amount of Daka they put out. Shooters there as well of course. Boris sneaking around. Oh, these are XPhial's shooters, and he's given them Hide the Boys. That's a global ability that the Commando knob has, a great one as well, allows you to infiltrate any squad, and he's using it to decap, because you can decap while you're infiltrated. Now he's been spotted though and loses models like crazy. Here are Boris's looters and double Storm Boys for XPhial. This is pretty crazy to try this. There's still a Sentinel up here as well. And here's Angry Birds, Lord General tying up Boris's mech boy. Here comes Storm Boys, Orks flooding through the centre here. 387, 432, there's a stun bomb going in. Very nicely done. Only hits the Inquisitor just too far away from those guardsmen. Sentinel comes in for the stomp, does he? There he goes. Here come double Storm Boys. And there's a whole bunch of stuff up here, including Sneakus' Catachan Devils. Storm Boys in amongst it. Catachans are very good in melee, but they do retreat the hell out of there. And Storm Boys ripping the crap out of stuff. Good grief, almost wipes two Guardsman squads, which are now in retreats. And they're not being shot at by this stuff. Dark Riku and the Commando Knob didn't finish them off. They could have finished off two Guardsman squads there. Double Storm Boys absolutely wreaking havoc for XPhial. Boris replacing some shooters that he lost. Angry Bird lost almost everything and goes tier 2 and has some stormtroopers on the way. We might see the classic Angry Bird build of the sniper rifle for the Lord General and double assault kit stormtroopers, which is very, very annoying to deal with, especially with some Kashrikins thrown in tier 3. Kashrikins do even more damage than stormtroopers. Catachan Devils on the field for Sneakus, as you saw, and he's going down this west side now. XPhial's in some trouble, taking some damage out of cover there, backs away. This twin link shooter that this guy has does some awesome DPS early on. 387, 357, there's a triple cap for the Orks. Double Storm Boys in retreat for XPhial. They have done awesomely well so far, almost leveling. There's a flare from the Commissar Lord, such a great globe that it has. It doesn't completely negate range, you can't get that close. Trying to use it to counter the looters there. Counters them to a point, but you can't get into melee with them. 387, 321, there's the double cap for Boris and his Orks. And he's pushing up this east side. And XPhial managing to go tier 2 alongside his Ork allies despite double Storm Boys, which are pretty well priced, I think. 435 for Storm Boys. Seeing as they have power melee weapons, that's not bad. They are only 900 hit points though across 5 models, which is not a lot, and they will bleed you. 387, 306. Mech with the Death Gun. We have looters here and shooters. This is some serious stack up. What was that? It was a grenade. Oh, it was from the stormtroopers. I was very confused there. Assault kit now gives them a fragmentation grenade, which is an awesome deal for them. And Boris making a huge mistake here, going into the building. There's a Hellfury strike and a grenade, and those looters are whacked. He has some tank busters, anti-vehicle unit for Orks. Cheap and cheerful at 300 requisition with these rocket launchers they have. They also have an awesome barrage that you can use, but it costs you what? And I spot a boss pile. Here it is for Dark Riku. Getting through tier 1 without using angry bits, which I see so often now. And we have knob leaders on both of these Storm Boys, and these guys are freaking mean even for an Ork. You have melee heavy damage, so they will damage all targets very well. 376, 286. They also have the improved rocket backs, gives you Bomber Boys, allows you to kamikaze one of the Storm Boys for some AoE damage and disruption, which might be good leaping into guards. Look at that amount of infantry, and there was one of the Bomber Boys, and then a jump right after, and they stun when they land because of that big knob leader. Ripping stuff to pieces. Here comes some sluggers as well, fully upgraded with burners and a knob leader. And this is what you like to see, some Orks fighting melee. More sluggers coming in, and the Imperial Guard cannot handle it. Inquisitor backs away as well, full retreat also from these Catachans, as Sneakus lost a Guardsman squad, I think, but this guy survived somehow. Look at this map control for the Orks. Got Angry Bird going full cheese with triple assault kit stormtroopers and the sniper rifle, which improves their range even more. And of course Flak Jacket, he backs it up with for incoming, which reduces damage and gives you immunity to knockback, which is a crazy benefit. 376, 229, so you can't jump them either really with Assault Marines or something. War Truck on the field for Boris. Likes to use War Trucks. Also likes to use Death Treads, but I don't think we're going to see one in this match. 375, 229, 1-1, which is a shame. I love me walkers. West side, here comes Osinski. Dark Riku's been sneaking up here, hasn't he? And now we have some Ogrins for Osinski. Line breaker unit for Imperial Guard. Heavy melee damage, they will damage all targets. They do basically require their bonehead leader though to be useful. Gives them user red, which allows them to break lines. You see it here, and they are just rushing these looters. Very, very durable. 18, 25 hit points, but that's across just 4 models. So they are really, really difficult to bleed. 360, 229, especially if you don't have suppression. And that was the mech taken down at range by Angry Bird's crazy ranged army buffed by this sniper rifle. He also has guardsmen with a sergeant and plasma guns. The Inquisitor has her bolt pistol and the servo skull. Spec scan reveals a target area. Tank busters hitting this building with that barrage. Some of them got through. And here we see incoming up, giving that blue defensive buff to all of this stuff and knockback immunity. Such an awesome buff that is. 336, 229. Does he have a sergeant retinue as well? I can't see at the moment. I don't think he does. I can just see how many numbers he's got. No, he doesn't. 330, 229. Here come those very, very angry Storm Boys. These guys took a lot of damage. There's a Bomber Boy. And here's the rest of the squad. Incoming won't protect you from a stun. That was a grenade which hit the Inquisitor. And Storm Boys ripping the crap out of stuff again. And a full retreat from Angry Bird is that. No, he still has 2 Stormtrooper squads in here, sorry. Here comes some Ogrins for Sneakus. Another grenade, that one much better. Killing at least 1 Ork there. And Ogrins, do they want to fight Storm Boys and Sluggers? I don't think they do. Storm Boys are forced off. Just a Nobility getting away, but here comes a War Truck. So these Sluggers can now reinforce off it. Can they wipe these Ogrins? There goes another model. XPhial almost level 3 with these Sluggers. But look at the other side. West side being completely pushed back by Osinski. Has Ogrins supported by a Chimera. So now the Ogrins can reinforce on this side. And it's completely wiped the power there. XPhial sneaking around with a Commando Knob Steel. No war gear for this guy. Tank busters in a truck. A technique that Boris loves to use. Gives your tank busters awesome mobility. 292, 229. Sluggers using their burners on this generator, but taking ridiculous damage from Angry Bird stuff. He's now level 4 with his Lord General. And his Stormtroopers are all level 2, Guardsmen are level 3. So they are putting out some serious firepower from very, very long range. It's basically impossible to outshoot them. You need vehicles or jump troops and some luck. Dark Riku with double looted tanks. One of them's already on the field. Sorry, no, that's a War Truck. There's a Hell Fury though. These guys very blobbed up. Dark Riku in a full retreat now. And Ogrins up against that Warboss. There's his stomp. And he's going to use it to retreat. Yes. Or is he? No, I don't think he is going to get away. Power Fist off that Commissar Lord. Finishes him off. Also has Bionic Eye, which will give awesome buffs to these Ogrins. And the Aura of Discipline. The tooltip is wrong, I believe. It says the effect gets weaker when the number of infantry grows. I think that was changed in the last patch, so that it works the other way around. The more infantry you have, the better the heal. 287, 202. And look at these hotshot las guns, overcharged, also known as hell guns, of course. Here come double Storm Boys though, in amongst it, stunning stuff. But Ogrins are right there, and Catachans to the side, so they were outgunned. Weird Boy now getting shots in. This is XPhial's. Surprised I only see one weird boy. Zap on these Catatrons will deal 50 damage with each jump. Only jumped once though. You need to spread your units out to avoid that. Sluggers are going to whack to Ogrins, I think. Yes. Or are they? They get away. Level 3 now with 3 hit points, and they do get away. Amazing. This is Boris's looted tank, and he's using the speed cult, or whatever that global's called, to buff its speed. Now it's one off. 257, 202 also increases the rate of fire, of course. Dark Riku now pushing back up the west side. Has a war truck of his own, some tank busters, some shooters fully upgraded. Here is the Commissar Lord, level 2. And Commando almost threw a stun bomb. There it is. He has the special shooter as well, which is basically a crazy shotgun which explodes stuff in the face a lot. Ogrins chasing the war truck. When it gets away, did it level up? No, something inside it leveled up. And Ogrins will decap 235, 202. Orks had such huge map control at the end of tier 1. There is the high explosive shells. I don't think he actually killed anything. And there is incoming from the Lord General's flak jacket. He's now level 5. And Inferno pistol up for the Inquisitor, and down goes the Commander Nog. What actually put Judgment on? It's on these shooters. While Judgment is up now, I think that it reduces damage. I'm pretty sure that was implemented. I'll need to check the notes again. 204, 202. There's a double cap for the Imperial Guard. And that is a flare. Commissar Lord now level 3. Ogrins going after this war truck. There we see the speed cult again. But now it's one off. And Dark Riku needs to keep moving this thing. Rear armor hits from the Ogrins. Ouch, 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 ouch. Almost whacked it in like 2 seconds there. He's still chasing. And there is Inspired Determination. Look at this. These Ogrins now do double damage. Suppression immune. And down goes the war truck. Awesome usage by Osinski. And now he's in amongst it, smacking on some shooters. Here comes some help with war truck, looted tank, sluggers and tank busters, and the Ogrins get away. Also gives them a speed boost as well. Bionic Eye is awesome if you're willing to sacrifice a model. Good synergy with Catatrons, I think, since there's loads of them. Ogrins, it's a bit more hurtful to lose a model. Down goes the Commander Nog, just caught out of position there. 168, 183. There's a zap, and in comes some Storm Boys. Can they finish off those guards when they do? Now in amongst Ogrins. Ogrins do not want to fight double Storm Boys with all those power weapons. Ogrins are super heavy infantry, so power weapons will do full damage to them. 168, 170. It's a 2-to-1 cap for the Orks. Flash gets on the field for Boris. Dark Riku still has a tank, and XPhial has a Death Dread. No burners and bits though. It's not going to last long with this Inferno pistol and the Ogrins coming. We have the Vox Operator retinue member for the Lord General, and here's a Bane Blade for Angry Bird. Ouch, 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 ouch. And down it takes the Death Dread with its main cannon. Super unit for Imperial Guard. 2 las cannons. I think 2 or 3 twin-linked heavy bolters, demolisher cannon, and that huge main battle cannon. There's a rocket run. Seemed to miss almost everything. Who did that? No idea. 2-to-1 cap for the Imperial Guard. 165, 159. The slim BP lead that the Orks have now slipping away. Here comes the Commander Nog, and I think he wants to use his shotgun on some Humies. Here we go. Boom! And now he's going to get in amongst them for kaboom. He's trying to get in amongst them. They keep moving though. Here come Ogrins. And there's Use Your Red knocking down friend and foe, and there is kaboom. Bang! Sends things absolutely flying. Needs to run away now though. Here we have a leg spike. Double bomber boys coming in, almost wiping these guardsmen, jumping into retreat path, and down they go. Double Ogrins for Sneakus Peekus now. We have this awesome synergy. We have Angry Birds, crazy range force, triple stormtroopers, level 3 now, level 4 guardsmen, protected by double Ogrins. Tier 3 for Sneakus. Dark Riku has some knobs on the way, and a weird boy is up for Boris. XPhial just has these double storm boys now, both level 3. Jumping in, there's the stun, and use your choppers from the Warboss of Dark Riku used on these storm boys, but they are hugely outnumbered here, and they level to 4, or one squad did anyway. Here comes the Warboss with his power claw, going straight in there to tie up that Inquisitor. Doesn't want her shooting that dangerous Inferno pistol of hers. And Bomber Boy knocks down the Warboss. 128, 159. Shooter Boy is trying to cap, but they can't. It's a 1-to-1. East side looks very, very secure with Angry Birds. Very, very nasty army. Las Cannon in the building here. This is Osinski's. Looted tank for Dark Riku is still around. Needs some repairs. Mech Boy is down. He's still down over here. He was purchasing the Mega Rumbler as well. 128, 159. Tank Buster Barrage going in. Here are knobs, and they will really hurt a Bane Blade, especially if they get rear armor hits. Ouch, 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 ouch. Boris trying to outshoot Angry Bird, which is not going to happen. He did get a big Weird Boy stun on them though, which is one way to deal with them, I suppose. Here's a Lehman Russ for Angry Bird. Double Ogrins for both Osinski and Sneakus. How often do you see that? Warboss is level 4 for Dark Riku, has heavy armor and boss pole, so has over 2,000 hit points at just level 4. There's some scary, scary commander over there. Bane Blade taking tons of damage, but these stormtroopers ripping into these knobs who need to retreat. Here come double Ogrins. These are Sneakuses, backed up by these Catachans, which he's preserved, and they are level 3. So they are pretty nasty themselves. Warboss in retreat, knocking down the entire world. A fight over the Orks is natural. Ogrins run away. Stormboys jumping out. Still some Stormboys in there. And they jump these double Ogrins. Do they want this fight though? No, they don't. And we might see a triple cap for the Imperial Guard. They are looking very strong. XPhial and Dark Riku do not have much left. Dark Riku does have knobs though, which can change games. And XPhial's Stormboys are both level 4. Boris still has a decent army. Looted tank, flash gits with blasters. Ouch, turns them into an artillery unit, and they wipe Sneakus' Ogrins there. Was that the Assassin's Knife late in the game from XPhial's Commando Knob? I think it was. Osinski's Commissar LOTH now chasing stuff down. Is he going after the tank? No. Going after the Weird Boy with that Power Fist. He's level 4 and has the Emperor's Wrath, which is nasty, nasty, nasty accessory. Very expensive though. 65, 138. There's the double cap for the Imperial Guard. There's a rocket run. Stormboy's jumping out of it. And there's another big hit. Good grief. Knobs. They didn't lose a model somehow. Down to 250 hit points though. Looted tank. Sorry, Lehman Russ with elite tank crew. This is Angry Birds. Commandos on the field for XPhial. He might have called them in. There is a flare, and there is concede from the Orks. And the Commando Knob did have the Assassin's Knife at the end of the game there. 36, 138, it finished. Imperial Guard powering through pretty much thanks to Angry Bird, I think. This crazy ranged army he had finished up with 3 level 4 stormtroopers, level 4 guardsmen, a Bane Blade, and of course this fire on my target sniper rifle. Very, very difficult to deal with. Hope you enjoyed it guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.